What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to kind of start something new. I feel like my channel is getting kind of dull. I'm not uploading as much because there's not too much to upload at the moment. And, I want to incorporate a bit of myself with you guys. Like, I want to mix in a little bit of my life with your life, and maybe you can do the same for me. I want to start telling you guys stories. And my PlayStation app just went off. You probably heard that. I want to tell you guys different things that has happened to me. For instance, injury-wise, or maybe some funny stories. But I think we're going to start with injuries. And if you can guess it, it's probably happened to me. I'm what they call accident-prone. And if you don't know what that means, it just means... well, you're accident prone. You get into accidents all the time because you're kind of reckless and you don't care about things too much. You just, tackle it head on, and whatever happens, happens. And that's a good way to describe my personality. I just do whatever, whenever, and, if it hurts me, it hurts me. That's just how it goes. But I want to go ahead real quick before I start this video, and I want to tell you guys, just a couple different things. Obviously not all things, but some of the major things that I could tell stories about. I broke my nose. I broke my left leg pretty badly. I got burned with a light bulb and mopeds, and I've had stitches. I've had 3, 4 surgeries. And, one of them being eye surgery. So, a couple big things have happened. I've been in hospital for a couple weeks. So, I have plenty of stories to talk about, and I am more than happy to share them with you. I don't see why I wouldn't be, but, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. This is going to be an injury video, and this is going to be how I busted open my head and had to get 4 sets, well, not 4 sets, but 4 stitches in my forehead. So basically, on the right side of my head, there is a indent that you can literally put your finger on, and if you push, it goes in a bit because it dented my skull. That's how hard I hit this pole. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how this happened. So basically, I'm hanging out with my friend. We're really young. We're 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there, but more than likely 8. And he's a little bit older than me. He's 10, 11. He's a little bit bigger. He's taller. He's a little bit more stocky. And, how boys, they wrestle. They always fight. He's the guy that you really don't want to pick a fight with because he's tall. And he was pretty buff at the time for being as young as he was. And, we're playing tag on this new playground that got installed where I live. It's called Matter Park. You might be able to Google image it. I don't know. And it was just installed, so it's really fun. We're having a lot of fun. We don't know, the different, sets and poles and where this is at and where this is at. So, we're basically running blind with blindfolds on because we don't know where anything's at. So I see him about to come down this big slide, and I think it'd be really funny to take my water bottle and pour it on the slide so the second he comes down, his butt gets all wet. I thought that was really, really funny at the time. So I went ahead and did that. And as you can imagine, him being as tall and as stocky as he is, it kind of scared me because he looked a little bit mad, even though he wasn't. But, it scared me. I was like, oh, crap. That was funny. But what do I do now? Run. So I started running, and we're running all around the park, and we're running really fast. And I remember turning around to see if he was still chasing me, and I turned back around, and next thing you know is, bam! I smacked a pole. And what I smacked was one of those things, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a pole, obviously, and it has a round cup on the end of it, and you talk into it, and it goes to the other pole, which is located somewhere else on the park. It's kind of cool. If I can find an image, I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It hurt pretty bad, but to be honest, I didn't feel it. I hit this so hard that it dented my skull and knocked me out. This was the first time in my life I have been knocked out, and it was scary. So what I remember is I could hear everything, but I couldn't open my eyes. What I remember is my mom, because she was 10 feet away when it happened, she was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I told you that happened because she was talking about that pole with our friend because it was pretty low to the ground, so kids could reach it. And coincidentally enough, her kid happens to bust his head on it. So the next thing I know, like I can feel my body and stuff, but adrenaline's pumping. I don't feel the pain. My mom is carrying me to the car, and we get in the car, and that's where I start waking up. Like I woke up a bit while we were running, and I passed back out, and I kept waking up. It was almost like what you see in movies. You know, they pass out, they wake up over and over. That was it. And then I was fully conscious when we got to the hospital, and I remember this was my first set of stitches ever, and I remember going in there, and there was a little window, and I could see my mom, and there was 4 or 5 doctors operating on my forehead. Like, it was nothing bad. I mean, but since I'm a kid, you know, they need people to hold down your legs and your arms and different things like that because you freak out. And I was, of course, crying and freaking out, as this did hurt pretty bad afterwards because the adrenaline calms down. You don't have anything to really stop that pain. So I remember, now this may be gruesome, so if you know, maybe have a sensitive stomach, go ahead and stop the video here. But I couldn't really feel the needle going through my forehead because they had to stitch it, obviously. But the thing is, when you feel it, like, you don't feel it as it's going in, but you feel it when they're like curving it up and poking it out, and that hurt pretty bad, and I was screaming. And you know, I seen my mom in the window, and it just made me feel worse. And you know, it was so bad. And then after I got my stitches, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I thought I was like the gangster kid on the block. You know, I was like, yo, look at my stitches, while I'm sipping my juice box. I hit this on a pole. You know, I was acting all gangster to my friends and stuff, acting like I was the coolest kid ever. And afterwards, when I got a little bit older, I started to ask my mom about that, you know, like what was happening when I was blacking out and stuff. And she described, while she was running to the car, it looked like I had split open my entire skull because I hit it on the right side, but blood was running along my forehead to the left. So it looked like my entire skull had been busted open. So it looked pretty bad from her perspective. And it was just all around a roller coaster of emotions. But if you guys enjoyed that story, let me know, because I feel like I did a pretty good job commentating that. Not to brag. But that was just one of many of my stories. You know, maybe one day I'll put a picture of the scar, but it's not as plain view as it was. You know, scars, as you get a little bit older, they, I don't know, I guess mature a bit. But one more thing before I end this video is, I heard somebody say, why are you using this gameplay? You don't even do good. Like, not the specific gameplay, but just gameplay in general, where you're not even getting that many kills. To some commentators, that matters. Like, when they commentate, they want good gameplay in the background. To me, when you're commentating about something, it doesn't really matter about the gameplay. The gameplay is just something to entertain you, if you have a brief moment. Because nobody wants to sit there and stare at a black screen while you talk. Like, that's no fun. That's boring. Like, why would you do that? So, to me, it doesn't matter whether the gameplay is good or bad. It's just something else for you to watch while you listen. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more of these videos. I'll probably upload 2 or 3 a week. I don't know when, but I will figure out a schedule for them, and I'll start uploading, and I'll try to start uploading a little bit more frequently. Like I said, there's not too much to upload, but as of August 19th, there will be tons of Black Ops 3 on my channel. So if you are a fan of that game, go ahead and subscribe, and stay tuned for those videos coming soon in the future. By the way, guys, I almost forgot to say this. Leave a story that you may have heard or you may think that has happened to me. Like, leave your stories, and if you have a... I said that so stupid. But say something like this. Tell a story about a broken bone. You know, say something like that. Like, tell a story about being sick. Or, you know, something like that. I'll do that. I will do that because I have plenty of stories. But I've tried to end this video like 5 times, and I keep babbling on. You guys don't even care. So, see you guys in the next one. How about peace? Hope you enjoy.